Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Stephanie Chevalier, and I am here. I teach piano, voice, ukulele, and I'm just hopping on here this evening. What we're doing is we're going over um, a piece of music, and what we're going to do is learn the chords on piano, and then in another class we'll do the melody, and then in another class we do the ukulele chords. So for right now, for all of my patrons, we are doing going over all of the piano chords for this particular song. So but I do want to go over You Are My Sunshine first, and that's going to kind of be our warm up, because I think everybody sort of knows that, everybody kind of knows the melody for that. So I'll go ahead and do a screen share on that one. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to flip my camera over so that you can see my hands. So here we go. So for You Are My Sunshine, now everybody has a PDF. If not, go ahead and print that out now. But all of you have that. I sent that in the email. Okay. So here we go. So the first chord that we are going to learn today, let's see. And here we go. All right, so the first chord that we are going to learn today will be a C chord. So this is just a quick review of the chords that we need for You Are My Sunshine. So the chords that we need for You Are My Sunshine are C. I'm just going to play them for you first, and then I'm going to go over them, okay? C, F. And instead of doing a G7 today, we're going to go ahead and do G, because that's the same chord that we're going to be doing in yellow. So we're going to just go ahead and use G instead of G7, just for today. My ukulele students will go ahead and do the G7, but we don't know that yet in piano. So we are going to go through just the basic chords, C, G, and F. So the name of each chord is the root or the note that's going to be on the bottom. So when I say a C chord, I mean the notes C, E, and G. Pardon me for a minute, and I'm going to show you on C, E, and G. Okay? And it looks like a snowman. To me, it looks like a snowman. So C, E, and G. And you play those at the same time. And actually, why don't I make those whole notes so you know to hold those for 4 beats. So we're going to hold those for 4 beats. That's a C chord. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. That's the notes C, E, and G. When I say the bottom, C, E, and G. Actually, let me just scoot this over a little bit so that our chords will be a little bit further apart. Okay, so C, E, and G, and that's called a C major chord, okay? C, E, and G. Now do the same thing in your left hand. Now we won't be playing both chords in both hands, but just learn how to do it in both hands. C, E, and G. And use those same fingers, thumb, middle, and pinky, okay? C, E, and G. If you use the same fingers on these chords, your muscles will get used to this. And then we're going to do a G chord. A G chord, you probably can't read that. No, that looks ridiculous. Okay, let me make it a little bit smaller. That's a G chord. And the G chord is G, B, and D. So notice that a chord or a triad, those are made up of skips, okay? Let me just hold this up so you can see that. G, B, and D, and it's just another snowman. Okay, so we went from C, E, and G. And whenever I call that a C chord, that means in my right hand, that means my thumb is going to be on C. That's my root. And so then when I say to do a G chord, then I have to pick my hand up and move it all the way up to G and play a triad up there. G, B, D. B as in boy. G, B, D. Okay? Okay, one last chord to learn for You Are My Sunshine. And that is an F chord. And that'll be F, A, and C. And that is an F chord. Okay, let me hold that up so you can really get a look at it. And that means we build the triad or the snowman on F. F, A, C. So let's get that left hand going. C, E, G, your C chord. And then find F or G. Let's do our G chord next. G, B, D. There's our G chord. Because our bottom note is G. And then let's do our F chord. F, A, C. So we're going to learn patterns later. But for right now, we're just learning the chords. So we would do it something like this. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So later I'll teach you how to play these chords in inversions without moving your hands around. But for now, we're just learning those chords. Okay, so I'm going to leave You Are My Sunshine. And let's just practice those chords for a minute. And this time, let's practice playing. Let me write it on my board here so you'll see it. Actually, we're going to just do C, G. Let's do it in the other order. Let's do C, F, G. Oh, you can't even see that, can you? Oh my goodness, that's just ridiculous. Hold on. Let me try that down here. C, F, G. Okay? So let's just practice C, F, and G for a moment. So C, the bottom note is C, then you have skips. So you have C, E, G. Okay? Now let's move up to F. Your bottom note is F. So we're going to build our snowman on F, A, C. Okay? And now one more. We're going to go up one to G. G is our bottom note. And that's our chord. G, B as in boy, D as in dog, G, B, D. Now I want to teach you one more chord because we're going to need this chord for our Coldplay song. So the last chord we're going to learn is A minor. And notice that that A is lowercase, okay? So we have uppercase, 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 lowercase. And what the lowercase means is minor. So instead of having A major, we're going to have A minor. Okay? A minor is all white notes. A, C, E. A, C, E. Or you can do it up here. A, C, E. Okay? So let's just go over And I'm recording this. I'm going to figure out how to make it private so that just we can see it. I'll figure that out. But what we want to learn how to do is just a very simple pattern at first. So we're going to go C. So I'm just playing C in the bass. So, but for now, let's just do C, C chord, C, C chord. And now let's find an F. You can go up to F or you can go down to F, whichever you prefer. Let's do F, F chord, F, F chord, F, F chord. So just an F, the single note F. And now let's go to G. G, G chord, G, G chord, G, G chord. And now we're going to go to A minor, up one to A minor. Okay, so that is the new chord for yellow. Now, do you have any questions thus far? Do you want to unmute and ask any questions? Do you want me to go over anything again? If not, that's totally cool. You can put it in the chat. Or you can ask me later. That's fine too. Okay, so let's now pull out yellow. Pull out yellow. Now, the next class at 6:30, I'm going to actually teach the melody, but you may have gone over the melody. If not, that's okay. You can learn it at a later time. But I think when you're first starting, if you already know the melody, so when you pull out your piece, it's going to look like you'll have this C, look at the stars, and that's your first chord is C. So again, I would just play the bass note in the left hand and the chord in the right hand. Look at the stars. We'll get a pattern later. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do. Yeah, there are you. I came along, I wrote a song for you, and everything you do. I came down low time. These are just simple chords. So then I took my time. Oh, what a thing to have done. It was all you. Now right here on this, we're going to change up a little bit and we're just going to do your skin, your skin and bones. Now, this is the trickiest part, is this little section. So what I recommend doing is practicing the left hand, just doing F, or you can do it this way, okay? What I did, instead of alternating hands, I changed the pattern and just did them together. And again, we will make this pattern more difficult later after you get this part down, okay? So Next, you have just a bunch of chords written, C, G, C, C, G, F, C. So it's. We will learn some things to do a little bit of an interlude there. And now let's go back to the swim across. I swim across, I jump across the water. It was the thing to do. It was all yellow. I drew a line. I drew a line for you. Notice I moved down that time to make it different. And one thing to do. And it was all back to the same pattern here. Your skin, your skin turn into something so beautiful. For you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. Yeah, I'm going to scroll mine down. And then we go through the chord again here. Now it's true. It's true. Look how they shine for you. 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 Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and all the things you do. And then that's it. So it's kind of, the melody is kind of the same thing over and over again, but let's go over that chord pattern again. Sorry for the beginning. I did the melody. Now I'm going to do the melody and I'm going to sing those chords to you, okay? So let's try those chords again, starting with the C, C, E, G right hand, C bass in the left hand, C, D, D, C, C. Okay, now Are you ready to learn a little bit of a pattern? Or do you want to just give me a thumbs up if you want to learn a bit of a pattern. Give me a thumbs down if you just want to keep doing what you're doing. Thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, so look at the stars. So there's several patterns I'm going to teach you right now. I'm going to teach you a boom chuck pattern. C, E. So I just broke the chord instead of playing it all together. And then F. Back to G. I'm sorry, C. I lied. Okay, so let's do that. Let me show you another pattern. So that's one you can just do over and over. Really, just thumb, 5, 3, thumb, bum, bum, thumb, ba, thumb, bum, bum, thumb, ba, thumb, bum, bum, thumb, ba, thumb, bum, ba, F, thumb, bum, thumb, bum, ba, thumb, bum, thumb, bum, ba, thumb, bum. Back to C. That's home. C is home. We're in the key of C. We like home. When in doubt, go back to C, okay? Now that A minor chord, it's going to be the same thing. Let's try that A minor chord. Okay, now let me show you another pattern. You can vary that any way that you want, whatever feels right. Now, I like to put the root on the top. So like if I'm on a C chord, I like to take that C chord, I like to stretch that bad boy all the way up to the top. So you can do that on top. You can also do an octave on. There's lots of patterns we can do. So once you know the notes that are in the chords, C, E, G, G, B, D, F, A, C, and A, C, E. Once you know those, I don't use the G minor chord in this. It's not necessary. There's no reason to use it. So once you learn these chords, you can do all sorts of fun patterns. So work on this, kind of fool around with it. There's no rules. That's the beauty of this. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You use your ears. You can use the same pattern over and over again. Change your pattern. Do whatever you like. But one of the tricks is, let me flip this over so I feel like I'm talking to your face. One of the tricks is that you want to really learn this melody. So I'm going to let everybody go right now. I'm going to stop recording and hold on, I'm going to do that right now. Hold on.